Today we're going to talk about how to deal with a type A personality in your business. My name is Michael Barayev. I was able to build a team of 150 plus sales guys. In less than 2.5 years we did that with zero money invested, and now we have a solar company that's growing like crazy from coast to coast like butter on toast. So when it comes to dealing with a type A personality, right, there's different types of personalities out there, and I would like for all you guys to understand that every personality type has a different way to approach them. And one of my coaches and one of my mentors a long time ago taught me that is that you have to deal with every personality in a different way. You can't treat a type A personality the same as somebody else. Every person is completely different in your team. It's just like having children. Not every child grows up to be the same way. You got to communicate with them and deal with them and relate with them in a different kind of way than you're dealing with maybe the other child, right? And it's very important to not put people in a cookie cutter process, but you want to put them in a process where you can relate with them better and bring the best out of people. Especially when you're building a team, when you're leading people, you don't want to do things that fit your way. You want to do things that fit their individual way. And that's what makes an effective teacher, an effective mentor, an effective leader. Like I remember some of my amazing teachers that I had when I was a young kid, and they learned how to relate with a guy with my personality. And by the way, a personality like mine is not easy to handle, but there were some amazing teachers that knew exactly what to say, exactly what to do at the right timing, at the right place. They knew how to get the best out of me, and I will never forget those amazing teachers and amazing mentors. So for those of you that don't know how to deal with a type A personality, let me kind of give you a little bit of a understanding of what a type A personality usually is. A type A personality is very driven, very motivated. They don't need to do too much kissing on the back or a little slap in the ass. They just need a good enough leader to guide them in the right place. Type A personalities usually have big egos, and you have to learn how to feed the ego and not step on the ego, right? A lot of people make this mistake where they want to step on the ego. And you don't want to do that. Because if you're stepping on the ego, you're not going to get the best results out of them. Learn to stroke the ego. Learn to make them feel amazing and stroke that ego and make them feel 10 times better than the way you found them, okay? So when it comes to a high-egoed individual, don't attack the ego. Don't go straight to their face. Right? Don't ever stand in front of them, so to say, when you're dealing with that personality. Be beside them. Show them that you're not there to control them, but be there as a guide, right-hand side, right? Side by side, right? So when it comes to type A personality, I always want to stroke that ego, right? The next thing I want to do is I always want to challenge them. Not directly, but indirectly. I'll give you guys an example. You have 20 people in an office, right? And you have a type A personality. I would not tell the type A personality, why do your sales suck? Why are you not doing this? Why are you not doing that? Why this? Why that? Because that's not going to be effective to that individual. What's going to be effective to that individual is I'm going to take that type A personality, put them in a group of 20 people, and then ask questions about who here wants to be the best? Who here is, trying to get XYZ done? And I'm also going to indirectly, right, say things that are targeting the type A personality, but I'm not really saying his name, and I'm not really talking against him. I'm just saying it in a very big, broad setting, in a group setting, where he knows the information is for him, but he doesn't know that I'm picking on him for that information, right? So he knows that I'm talking about, you need to do, bring up your sales as an example, but I'm not specifically saying, hey, Joey, you need to pick up your sales in a private setting. Because when I go to the ego, if I go like this and I compete with them, it's not going to be good because they're going to get defensive. Type A personality people have very sensitive egos, and they're going to be very defensive when you try to tell them what to do. So it's very important to do that in a group setting. And if you take a rock, okay, and you throw it to a pack of wolves, the one that gets hit is going to go, yelp. And that's what you want. I want him to get yelped a little bit, but I don't want to smack him in the face directly one-on-one, right? So I always challenge them, and I always say, even if I'm having private conversations with them, right? If I'm having a conversation with a type A personality, what I'm telling him is, hey, you told me you want to get this done. How fast do you think you can get it done? You say you want to make 200 grand this year, right? Okay, great. So how long does it take you to get 200 grand? I know last year you missed it, but what is it going to take for you to hit it this year? So I'm challenging him a little bit. I'm kind of saying, hey, listen, you're the best, right? You're type A, right? You're number one, right? Okay, great, show me. But I'm doing it in a way where it's with love and not me challenging him, right? In a disrespectful way. Next thing I will use with type A personalities is positive words of affirmation in private and also in public. Very, very important to give them positive affirmation. Make them feel good, right? Use honey to attract them. Don't use vinegar. Use honey. Make them feel amazing. Talk good about them. Feed their ego a little bit. Boost them up a little bit. Come on, make them feel amazing. Even if sometimes you make them feel like they're better than you. Like I got a guy on my team who's an amazing salesperson. I always tell him, listen, you're better in sales than me. I make him feel amazing at that. Whether that's true or not, it could be, I don't know, and I don't care. I just know that he needs to hear that. He needs to feel that, so let him feel that. And I'd rather have, be honest, I'd rather have a top sales guy in my team than being the top sales guy. I don't want to be the top. Why do I want to be the top? I'd rather have top people around me, right? I'd rather have a bunch of people that are successful at what they do around me than me being the guy with all the success. That's what true success is about. Having people successful because of you, not you being quote unquote success, right? Next, never embarrass them. Never, ever embarrass a type A personality. If you want to see a bad relationship, right? If a problem in a relationship with a type A personality, you embarrass them. Never put them down. Never shit on them, right? Especially in front of other people. Because the second you embarrass them in front of the peers, they never want to be around those peers ever again because they got embarrassed. It's very difficult to unembarrass, if that's even a word, of a type A personality individual. Very, very challenging, okay? Next, question them to influence them to tell them what to do. Don't tell them what to do. The worst thing you could do with a type A personality is say, you gotta do this. The second they gotta, they ain't doing it. The second they have to, they don't want to do it. So question them to influence them to do it. So like for example, if I need to get someone to go work harder, I'm going to ask them, hey, listen, what are your goals this year? Oh, I want to hit 200K. Okay, great. How are you going to hit that 200K? Well, I need to go out there and hustle. Okay, great. What is it going to take you to go out there to hustle to that level where you can actually achieve that success? Well, I need to wake up early. I need to go to the gym. I need to do this. I need to do that. Okay, well, what's stopping you from doing that? So as you can see here, I'm questioning them to influence them. I'm not really telling them what to do. I'm letting them come up with the creative solutions on what needs to get done. Because remember, type A personalities a lot of times think they already got the answer. So why the hell would I want to compete with him? Why the hell would I want to fight with him? I just want him to go out there and go create results. Because I ultimately really care truly about him becoming successful. A true leader cares about his person being successful. He doesn't really care about who gets the credit for it or how they got him to do it. I can care less about if I got him to do it, he got himself to do it. I just wanted to get done. I just want the result, right? And in order for me to have the result for him, I have to have him believe that it's his decision to go out there and crush it, not my decision. Because the second someone else makes a decision to do it, they sold themselves. I don't have to convince them, right? Just like with customers, right? I don't want to convince customers to do business with me. I don't want to convince people to follow my content. Think about that. I want them to do it because they truly, truly, truly want to. And all I did was influence them to make the decision. That's it. But I didn't force them. I converted them, which is another topic we can have about, convincing people and converting people to your information, right? So next, type A personalities, you gotta give them the space. Okay, you gotta give them the space. You gotta give them the space because people need the space to grow and learn. People need the space to go out there and make their own mistakes. People need the space, especially type A personalities. They don't want to be boxed in and conform to how you want them to do things. No, they need the flexibility and the freedom to go out there and do what needs to get done. They need flexibility. They need the freedom. Now, if they're getting out of line, of course, you got to bring them back into the line as an example, but you got to give them the flexibility and the freedom to go out there and fail forward. And believe me, okay, which is the next thing, when you let them make mistakes, they're always going to come back to you because you have the upper hand or you have the information they don't have. Because they went out there, they tried, it failed, now they have no choice but to say, you know what, I don't got the answer. Michael or you, what is the answer, right? And that's what you need them to get done, okay? So let them fail forward. Let them fail so they can come back to you and you can kind of earn their respect to listen to you a little bit, right? Because when they fail and you're creating success, they're going to be like, listen, I don't want to be an idiot. If their ego is smart enough, they're going to say, you know what, I don't have the answer. Let me see if Michael got the answer. Let me see if you got the answer, right? Next, always learn more than them. One of the things that I learned, especially when you're building a team, you have to be educating yourself more than everyone. If everyone's doing 10 hours a week, you got to do 20. If everyone's busting ass for 40 hours a week, you got to go bust 50, 60 hours. If everyone's doing 60, you got to do 80. Why? You always got to be putting more than everyone around you. Always be putting more, always be giving more, always be going all in. Be the most obsessive and craziest person on your team. Because the more obsessive you are about your dreams and your goals, other type A personalities are going to be attracted to that. And they're going to respect you for that. You want true respect from a type A personality? Do more than them. Be better than them. Be sharper than them. Be faster than them. You don't have to say that to them, but you have to be that to them. So they can find someone like you to follow. Because otherwise, if they find someone else that's better, faster, sharper, they're not going to follow you anymore. They're going to follow someone else. Because type A personalities are attracted to the number ones. Type A personalities are attracted to the best of the best in the industry. And if you want to be gathering a bunch of type A personalities, which are really amazing for business, if you know how to utilize them and how to work with them, if you can get a bunch of type A's in your business, you got to understand that you got to be better than them. Every single day, you got to be improving. Every single day. Otherwise, they're going to go find someone else. Okay? And the last thing, okay, the last thing when it comes to these type A personalities, when there's a lot of success, when there's a lot of growth, when there's a lot of positivity, when there's a lot of amazing things going on, don't take the credit. Stop being an idiot and a fool thinking that you need to take the credit. Let them take the credit. Yes, the whole team is winning because of you, Joseph. Because of you, Bobby. Because of you, Robert. Because whoever it may be. Why? Why the hell do I need the credit? Credit don't pay my bills. Results do. Does that make sense? Think about that. A lot of people want their ego to be filled. And I learned this a long time ago from my mentor. You cannot build your ego and your pockets at the same time. Think about that. You cannot build your ego and your pockets at the same time. Either you take the credit or you take the result. Pick one. You can't have both. And I don't even want both. Who needs the ego, right? Especially if you're a type of personality, maybe you need to humble yourself and realize that it's not because of you anyway. The results that you have in your business is because of your team. So it's a double whammy. Like, why do you need the credit in the first place? And number two, you don't deserve the credit. Your team does. Like, I have an amazing operations department in my company. It's not because of me. You think it's because of me? No. It's because of my right-hand woman. She runs that whole department, and she does it so amazing, way better than me. And I don't want the credit. I don't deserve the credit. She deserves it. And I know that, and I respect that. And we appreciate that. And I want someone else to run my whole marketing. I want someone else to run my recruiting, which we do have that, right? I have amazing people that run different departments. And at the end of the day, yeah, it may seem like, oh yeah, Michael is successful. No. I'm only successful because of the people that I have around me. I'm only successful because of the type A personalities that I have, and I know how to utilize them to win together as a team. And I don't want the credit. I want the result. Remember, if I get the result, and they get the result, and they get the ego, we all win. But I can't have the result and the ego at the same time, because the team member, he's going to have the result, and he won't have the ego, and he always will feel, damn, why don't I have that ego? Why don't I have that feeling? And I don't want to ever have my team feel inadequate, so I rather have them the credit, give them the credit, I'll take the blame, I'll take the shit, I'll take the results, and they'll take the results with me. But I don't need the ego. It's very important to understand that. So, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. If you can do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, okay? We appreciate you guys on YouTube. We appreciate you guys on TikTok. I know we're doing some amazing live TikTok behind the scenes right now. So I appreciate you guys, and we'll see you guys in the next video.